Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you for coming, and your Sangha this evening. This is a privilege in spite of your busy schedule. Everyone is busy, right? No? Yeah, well, in the material world there is what you call busy fool. They're busy, they're going back and forth with the car. Many times during the daytime, going back and forth, back and forth. Why, Prabhupada says, why don't they just make everything in just phone calls? Right? But you have to go back and forth, back and forth. And this is, in the city is like that. City means like mode of passion. Mode of passion and ignorance, especially. So everyone is like running back and forth, going back and forth. And that is their austerity. This garland from the Lord.
Yes.
It's freezing.
Because of cold.
No. It's on top of my chadar, so I'm okay. Yes. There is a lazy intelligent though. Prabhupada says we should be lazy intelligent. We're not lazy. You cannot be lazy. But we don't have to work hard, you know. Like the materialists. The materialists that work so hard. They just always focus money, money. It's like materialism. It's like there is no end. They want to get out, but they're just like caught up. They're caught up. So they cannot. Like for them, they think they cannot get out. They're only thinking. But there is only one way how you can get out. Chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. This is the simplest, most practical. You can do it anytime, anywhere. Huh? There is no time, place, circumstance. There is no restrictions. Actually, the only restriction is that you have to be humble. Yes, that is the only qualification that one needs. You cannot be proud, because we're not supposed to be proud. But it says even the pauper is proud of his penny. Right? Have you heard that?
Yes.
Of course. They count every pennies. I've seen them in India. They count all their money. Like, if they have some notes, they're happy already. Sometimes now the paupers, now the beggars, they don't. It's like, you know, they throw away the 1 rupee to you if you give 1 rupee. because what 1 rupee can buy? Not much, but some they take. So my throat is a little bit of I need some soothing formula. So we have to chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra now. Is that okay? Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Misapad Brahmsa Pariprajikacharya Astotra Sachi Shivan. His Divine Grace Yilabai Charanar Vinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Chalila Pavisa Om Visupad Brahmsa Pariprajikacharya Astotra Sachi Shivan. His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nanda Gaudiya Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Jai Sri Rup Sri Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Sri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath Sadguru Swami Subhu Ki Jai. Namacharya Sri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Premi Sikho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Kiri Govardhan Ki Jai. Sevrajavo Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Mathura Dham Ki Jai. Sinavadvip Mayapur Dham Ki Jai. Gangamai Ki Jai. Yamunamai Ki Jai. Tulsi Devi Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Sri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Sankirtan Yagya Ki Jai. Sama Veda Bhaktavinda Ki Jai. Uday Got Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories, Shri Guru, Shri Gauranga. I was thinking of reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, but then somehow I came to conclude that I will read from the Krishna book. I was going to read from a different section in the Srimad Bhagavatam, but then the Krishna book is the summary study of the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, and Srila Prabhupada, he wrote it. Thinking that maybe I'm not be able to finish the whole 10th canto, so let me give the Krishna book. And this Krishna book is like is in a form, it's delivered like a story form. This special dealings with Krishna and his devotees in different ways should attract us, because it purifies us, and also ultimately become attracted to these pastimes that you wish you were there. Some are philosophical, but this. Okay, we'll read from the chapter 90. This is the last chapter, but it's just like a summary. Summary description of Lord Krishna's pastimes. After returning from the spiritual kingdom, which he was able to visit personally with Krishna, Arjuna was very much astonished. He thought to himself that although he was only an ordinary living entity, by the grace of Krishna, it had been possible for him to see the spiritual world. Not only had he seen the spiritual world, but he had also personally seen the original Mahavishnu, the cause of the material creation. It is said that Krishna never goes out of Vrindavan. Vrindavanam parityajya param ekam nagacchati. Vrindavanam parityajya param ekam nagacchati. Krishna is supreme in Mathura. He is more supreme in Dwarka. And he is most supreme in Vrindavan. Krishna's pastimes in Dwarka are displayed by his Vasudeva portion. Yet there is no difference between the Vasudeva portion manifested in Mathura and Dwarka and the original manifestation of Krishna in Vrindavan. In the beginning of this book, we have discussed that when Krishna appears, all his incarnations, plenary portions, and portions of the plenary portions come with him. Thus, some of his different pastimes are manifested not by the original Krishna himself, but by his expansions. Yes. So Krishna is the object of love, is Visaya. Everyone in Vrindavan, they don't care whether Krishna is God or not God. For them, Krishna is their most lovable object. They talk about him 24 hours. And even some of his close associates, even in dreams, they will not let go of Krishna. Always with Krishna, Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna, he never lives out of Vrindavan. This Yasoda Nandana, Nandana, Vrindavan Bihari. He's a loyal master of Vrindavan. But then, even though everyone would like to come as close as possible to him, he wants to come and as close as possible with some of his most intimate associates. And some in different moods, like with awe and reverence, like in Mathura. It's not the same. It's not the same as that in Vrindavan. Vrindavan is Madhurya, and in Mathura or Dwarka is more of a tinge with Aswarya. Aswarya means with awe and reverence. It's like when you're in front of your elder, you have to act properly. When you're with your equals or those who are subordinate than you treat them accordingly. Lord Krishna is like that also. When he was around 5,000 years ago, when he dealt with his different devotees accordingly. Yes, that's why he says, the devotee of the Supreme Lord, the Lord reciprocates to his devotees according to how much they can take. That means he doesn't get more than what he can take. If it's beyond the quota. See, we assimilate knowledge. See, why we read Shastras? Why do we have to read Bhagavad Gita? Why do we have to read the Srimad Bhagavatam? The Puranas, Bhagavad Purana. Why do we have to read? One can do it without reading, or you have to read? You have to read. You see, the purpose of human form of life can be answered from the Vedas, because the Vedas means knowledge. They were recorded 5,000 years ago, as we were talking about the other night. And when the Supreme Lord performed his pastimes, the result is not the same as like what we do. When he steals, we steal. Let's say we steal, because this is one of the, what you may say, shortcomings, or this is one of the defects. One has a tendency to cheat. Is that right? One has a tendency to cheat because we have this material body we may misuse. But Lord Krishna, when he steals, He steals the garments of the gopis. He steals the yogurt, the butter. Huh? But that stealing is glorified. And that stealing, he is like, is nothing immoral. Because he's just a young boy. He was a young boy when he did these pastimes. But Krishna's age is 1.5 times more than like normal age of a young boy. It's like if he's 6 years old, actually he's like 10 years old already. Almost 10 years old. Compared to others. So Krishna, along with his eternal associates, they performed these pastimes in Vrindavan. And 5,000 years ago, there are many killings of demons. The killings of demons, because Kamsa, he would send every day. Because at the time of the marriage of his sister, Devaki, to Vasudeva, there was this voice from the sky saying, "You fool, you are carrying your sisters. You know, the 8th child is the cause, will be the cause of your death." Actually, that was Narad Muni. Narad Muni. And he came to Kamsa. He told Kamsa directly, "Go, immediately." The atrocities of Kamsa is so great. 5,000 years ago is like, even his father, he would put him in great difficulty just to be in the throne. So Lord Krishna, yes, there are pastimes in Dwarka. Krishna has 16,108 queens in Dwarka. In each queen there is a palace. Now in each queen, he begot 10 sons. In each queen. And each of those 10 sons also begot 10 sons each. So, you good in math? How many millions there? 16,108, then he had 10 sons each. This is not including the daughters. According to the Nectar of Devotion, it's like over 53 million aggregate family members. So, that's a lot, isn't it? And nowadays, to have one family is a headache. It's a headache to maintain. Yeah. In some religions, they allow more wives, more than one wife. As long as you can maintain. In Vedic times, it's very rare though to have one one wife, 5 husbands. Look what happened, right? In Draupadi. That is rare. So Lord Krishna in Vrindavan, he dealt, the Brajabasis, especially the elderly, the Gopas with Nanda Maharaj, they're trying to figure out, who is this Krishna? You know what? Sometimes when they have meetings, in the village, the elderly people, they will have, like in India, they will have these, this big hookah of tobacco, like long pipes, right? And they would talk. She says, maybe he's a demigod. Maybe he's a demigod. And then later they will say, it doesn't matter whether he's a demigod or not a demigod, it's okay. We're just attached. Especially, this was shown. See, everyone in Vrindavan, they have their own children. They have sons. They have daughters. But amazingly enough though, everyone is just attracted to Krishna more than their own children. They cannot figure this out. They love their children, but not as much as with Krishna. And this is Vrindavan. And nothing is wrong with that. There is no defect in that one. This is why Krishna is all attractive. Prabhupada says, that's why the meaning, God must be attractive. And the name of Krishna, God, Krishna, that's the meaning, all attractive. We are not all attractive, are we? To ourselves, we are all attractive. To our own self. To me, I'm the most attractive. I look in the mirror many times during the whole day. Make sure my eyelashes or my sika, it's perfect, right? So in Vrindavan, the mood is like that. With different activities of the Supreme Lord, He is called different names. So Prabhupada says, yes, we call Krishna different names according to His qualities. According to His qualities. It's like when you call a person beautiful, right? Or truthful, or honest. So Krishna, he manifests many of this. And sometimes seemingly contradicting. And still he is, because he is the supreme absolute truth. What is bad, seemingly bad, what he's doing actually is good, always good. There's no bad. Even this stealing, or sometimes when Lord Krishna and Lord Balaram, they will go and they cannot find the butter and the yogurt, they will just do some mischief. And when he finds some young children, he would pinch them, make them cry, and sometimes he, it's like he'll make the room kind of like dirty. Not dirty, it's not really dirty, but you make the room like disheveled. Yeah, it's and it says in the Krishna book like this. Sometimes he would pass urine in a very nice floor. You know, it's like a shiny, shiny floor. Children do like that, right? You did like that when you were a kid. Krishna is the origin. So yes, everything that's going on in the material world, it says, it is a reflection though. It's like, Prabhupada gave an example. It's like, the Bhagavad Gita also. This is the yoga of the Supreme. Where in the river, there are trees in the river, but they're upside down. If you look on the reflection on the water, it's upside down. So the material world is compared to like a banyan tree also. The roots is on the top. The roots supposed to be in the bottom. It's in the top. And everything here, Prabhupada used the word perverted. Right? Perverted. Perverted means something which is similar and actually doesn't have very positive meaning in it. Doesn't have. It's like it's more in the modes of material nature: goodness, passion, and ignorance. That's the material world. We're facing every day with these different modes of material nature, and by reading these books, our intelligence gets sharpened. Knowledge, this is what you call the cultivation of knowledge. Because there's a final exam. You know when is the final exam? Before the vacation, right? before the chuti. Right? Chuti. Before chuti, it's like the final exam, right? But if you pass, then, but if you don't, then you have to go summer school. Summer school, and no one wants to go summer school. Everyone is playing, everyone is enjoying it. You're writing assignments and, homework. Huh? You did like that before? No? I know some people, some boys, always play around, not serious in their studies. So similarly, in the human form of life, there is like a final exam. Like Bhishma Dev. You see, Bhishma Dev is one of the Mahajans. Bhishma Pitamaha is the 8th son of King Pandu in the Kuru dynasty. That all his life is celibate. Didn't have any contact with opposite sex. And therefore he got this boon that he can choose time and circumstances where the last few moments before he can choose the time when he wants to die. he still has to die. Everyone has to die. But he can choose the right time according to him. Huh? So he figured out that the best way is to have darshan of Lord Krishna. Because there was a patricidial war. That means there's a war between the same dynasty. They all belong to the same dynasty. Moon dynasty. Lord Ramachandra is a different dynasty. Sun dynasty or something. Right? Sun dynasty. So these are not fictitious personalities. This is the topics that they talk. The great sages like Sukadev Goswami, he would recite the Srimad Bhagavatam, he would recite the Mahabharata, because this happened at that time. Lord Krishna, the Pandavas, 5 Pandavas, along with the other side, Duryodhana and his other brothers. It's an actual history, Prabhu. It's not like mythology. You know, like mythology. You've heard of it? Greek mythology? Huh? You ever heard of those? Yeah, they have this Zeus. He's like compared to God the Father, Zeus. And in many religions, God is called like that. Zeus, Zeus or Zeus. He's called in different names like Allah, Jehovah, Yahweh, Ram, Krishna, Nrsimha, Varaha, Matsya, Kurma, Hayagriv, many. Anantasesh. And here we've heard about Mahavishnu. Mahavishnu, he is lying down in the coastal ocean, and whenever he breathes in and out, the creation of unlimited universes takes place. When he breathed in, then there is this universes going inside of his form, transcendental form, and also when he breathes out, then from the pores of his body, then unlimited universes comes out. This is how the creation, and he's only one of the expansions of Lord Krishna. So you can just imagine what is the power of Krishna? Unlimited. He is what? He's the smallest. He's smaller than the smallest. He's bigger than the biggest. Everything is contained within him, yet he can be bound by the love of his devotees. Okay, we'll stop here for now, Any questions or comments? Yes.
So you said we should read books.
Yes.
And then you said that it'll help sharpen our intelligence.
There you go. Huh? Sharpen our intelligence.
Yes. And so in the first Chetadarpanam Marjanam, Mahaprabhu says to chant. So
Chetadarpanam Marjanam?
Yeah.
That's one of the first prayer of the Siksastakam, isn't it?
Yes. So what takes priority? Reading?
Huh?
What is the more priority? Reading, chanting, and how do we...
You have to do all of those. But whenever you have time, chant Hare Krishna. This is what Prabhupada says. Whenever you have time, chant Hare Krishna.
Or should we devote some time regularly to reading?
Yeah, you have to read every day also. It's part of the diet. It's part of the treatment. It's part of the cure. It's like when you go see a doctor and you have something in your system. It's not the organ. One of the organs is not working properly. So you have to have a rigid lifestyle. You have to change your lifestyle. You have to have proper diet, exercise, swimming maybe, or walking, or bicycle ride, huh? And your diet. Only Krishna Prasad, that's our main diet. Of course, when you get old, your bodily composition is different than others. So there is some food stuff that you need to have in order for you to have a balance. These three dosas, Kapha, Pitta, and Vayu, right? Our body is, there's so many kinds of types of air inside, and you should be not disturbed. If it's disturbed, then you get sick. That's what it is. So yes, there's a Bengali proverb. While you go fishing, don't get wet. You're gonna go fishing, but don't get wet. So you are in the material world, don't get entangled. As Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, get out of this. It's like when you go to the latrine. Do you stay in the latrine the whole day? Huh? No, you go there, get out as soon as possible, right? Get clean and get out. But for others, they want to prolong. What can you do? We are responsible for the actions that we perform. No one is exempted. Except the liberated souls. We were discussing that, right? The liberated souls. They're free from karma because all of their activities is only meant for the service, pleasure of Krishna and his devotees. There is no karma in that activities. Is there karma there? Huh? No? No? So act as lesser karma as possible. It's like if you have to work, right? So find a kind of job which is like less violent, no violence at all possible. Something which is like not too much cheating. Is it possible? Well, everyone is trying to take advantage of each other out there. Everyone. Only in Krishna consciousness, actually we should be always eager to serve. Just like in some institutions, you know, they take care of the yatris' shoes, and they have a lineup to get that position to take care of your shoes. It's supposed to be like the lowest, if you think it in an external way. But no, it's the most privileged, most honorable. It's like the king of Puri, Prataparudra. He would sweep. He's not doing it just for show. He's doing it as his duty, his love towards the Supreme Lord, that the streets should be clean. So yes. Any other points? Any question? Anything else? Yes, who? You want to say something? Yeah?
Like, Maharaj, that you said like one should stay determined to like not to have like kamsa mentality to stay prolonged here, but one forgets like what to do. One forgets that the death is the exam.
Yeah, we are preoccupied with many other things except on the spiritual aspect of our life. Just like we think that I still have some time, but that sometime will not come. That sometime is like now. Life is short. In this human form of life that we attained in this lifetime is very rare. We may not get given a chance for many lifetimes. But there is hope. There's hope. Even in this lifetime, Prabhupada says, it depends on what is how eager one wants to obtain it. And it's possible, but you have to work hard for it though. It's not easily being given. Pure devotional service is rarely achieved. Sudurlava. And it is all auspicious. It's all auspicious. It relieves one from all sufferings and miseries. one attains the highest pleasure, but it's not so easily obtained, because this is the only way how Krishna can be, so to speak, sold. It's not you're buying Krishna, but this is how you get the attention of Lord Krishna. Because Lord Krishna is Bhakta Vatsala. He always favors his devotees. Yes? Anything else, Devang? Vedant? Huh? What's next now? Prasadam? Yes? Jai. Prasadam ki jai. Who's gonna chant the prayers?